People are asking, everybody's asking, what happened to the officers?
USC canceled commencement? What, because of protests? I have not been tapped in today. Y'all are gonna have to do the show. We're on our third version of Goodbye Nancy's, guys, so I'm gonna need notes at the end of this, okay? What up? What up, what up, what up? All things pass into the sun. I say, hold on, sir. I don't like Peter. I don't like Peter Thiel. He a bitch. I don't listen to him. He told me I've seen it all before. All right, ad's gonna go, and then we can blast off after. I've seen my hopes and dreams lying on the what up, feral friends? I've seen the sky just begin to fall. He said, all things pass. Where's my squirrel? Vibe Higher 93 subscribed at tier 1. Let's freaking go, dude. Dude, no, you're not the only one singing this all day, Icon, because I'm also singing this in my head all day. Oh no, I fucked up my... Wait, why are my... Oh no. My chat overlay is all messed up. All right, hopefully it should look better now. There we go. Much better. God damn. Yo, what do you guys think of version 3? Better or worse? Okay, dudes. Sorry, today was a little bit of a scramble, so I'm not as highly prepared as I feel like I want to be. But y'all will probably be like, "It's fine. You're doing fine. Be nice to yourself." And you know what? You're fucking right. I'm going to. Some days, even Cat Dad has hard days, you know? Whoa, I'm naked. Don't look. Don't look at me. Ooh. Oh my god. That was so embarrassing. There we go. And then, boop. Yo, what up? Late Dad. Yo, hey, chill. No, yesterday was Late Dad. Today is just, about on time, Dad. All right, let's get this thing popping on here. Twinch. Creator mode. Come on, where's creator mode? There it is. Bam. All right, dudes. So, yeah, let's continue on our merry way with the Mormon saga. But what if we stop first at Dante and Nicole Lane and we take a peep at what they were up to in the University of Texas? Do you guys know, I said this in one of my videos, but did you guys know that frickin', that, like, the first like mass shooting event was at the University of Texas? It was Charles Whitman. And that dude went on the clock tower and he just started shooting people. It was nuts. Don't unplug. There we go. Hell yeah. And dudes, yesterday the stream didn't die. You know why? It's because I'm a genius. For once. No, I'm just kidding. For some reason, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be copying or recording this to my hard drive or an external. I should be recording it to my computer's hard drive. And that's why the stream didn't die yesterday. So, just saying, we're going to be doing that in the future, guys. It was smart. It was a smart move. But, oh yeah, I just wanted to show you Charles Whitman for a second. Yeah, this guy may contain graphic or violent imagery. Yes, please.
Austin is the capital city of the state of Texas.
Dude, we don't like the government that much, like hardly at all. But the university or the Austin Capitol building, the pink marble. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. I love the Austin Capitol, gotta say.
Texas. It has the second largest Capitol building in the U.S., only being beaten by the nation's Capitol building in Washington, D.C. The capital of Texas was Houston, but was changed to its current location, which was originally called Waterloo before being changed to honoring Stephen F. Austin, the Republic's first Secretary of State. Austin is also home to the largest urban bat colony in North America. During the spring and summer, 1.5 million Mexican free-tailed bats migrate to Austin.
Dude, I've been there before, and we all waited for the bats to come out, and they never did. I don't know if they said that they don't always come out, but they definitely didn't come out that night. So if anyone's seen them since about 5 years ago, could you just let me know, just so I know that they're there and they're okay?
And live under the Congress Avenue Bridge, where they emerge every night to the...
Come on, bro. Let's get to Charles Whitman first.
The card of the
Here
book
we go.
wanted would be sent upstairs and has remained one of the most distinguished landmarks in Austin. It was originally a closed-stack library where students could search through an extensive...
He went up here. He just started shooting. And guess what, guys? He was totally of sound mind before. He was like a really good, like, military guy. He was like all in the shit. And then his wife was like, yeah, all of a sudden he just snapped. It's like, just like Lee Harvey Oswald, guys. Isn't that nuts? I didn't even think about this until yesterday. But man, this is something that we got to look into eventually. But here, let's see what Dante and Nicole were up to yesterday at this protest. They said it started at noon, and there was a few hundred students because that's where they go to school at UT, University of Texas. And they said, us, the students who live here and go here, we're going to do a protest starting at noon. And then guess what, guys? The state said, National Guard, get in there. We need another Kent State stat. And if y'all don't know about Kent State, it was when a bunch of college students got killed by the National Guard because they were protesting Vietnam. Isn't that interesting?
Smallwood video. They don't want you to see it, folks. They don't want you to see it. They don't want you to know about Officer Smallwood. Wrong. Where's the Officer Smallwood video? Maybe if I talk long enough right now, it's going to be at the end of this one, but maybe if I talk long enough right now, they won't know that we'll confuse them a little bit, throw them a little misdirection. If you just skip forward a little bit, it'll be somewhere in here. Yeah. But the Officer Smallwood video is hidden in this video.
We'll post it a few
and I'm
more
just going to
times.
talk for a minute, really confuse them.
For your time today, sir, Officer Smallwood. Have a great day.
Wait, his name is Officer Smallwood?
Make them not know there's a protest going on. We can hear it right now.
We can hear them outside the jail.
We can hear them outside the
waiting
jail.
for people to get released. They're saying, let them out.
They're saying, let them out.
That's
Let
hard.
them out.
Yeah.
Because of people like maybe
Officer
Officer Smallwood.
Come on, Officer Smallwood.
Video.
What the hell, Officer Smallwood? Come on, bro. All right, let's look at a couple of Dantes, then we'll look at a couple of Nicoles. They're right outside the jail. That's awesome. They've even got snacks.
People are asking, everybody's asking, what happened to the Officer Smallwood video? They don't want you to see it, folks.
Oh, this is the one we just
For
saw.
your time today, sir, Officer Smallwood. Have a great day.
Wait, his name is Officer Smallwood?
For your time today, sir. What's this guy's job?
Texting.
This
Busted,
guy's job?
loser. All right, let's see. Let's see what Nicole's got over here. Oh yeah, Nicole's got this fucking dude. Nicole's been going hard. She's been doing the Cat Dad school of TikTok posting. Oh man, let's go, Nicole.
Good morning to everyone, but especially.
Did you guys know that John
Good
Cena
morning to my new.
John Cena follows Dante and Nicole? You know that? I have no face. I do not have a face.
Ding ding ding, looks like I found who mass reported that video. Hey man, the only feces I saw on campus was the horse feces. I'm not kidding.
Well, and the pigs, Nicole. Did you see all the pig feces? All those cops, Officer Smallwood, he had a nice little pile. A little dirty Officer Smallwood.
Horse feces everywhere from the cops. I will insert a video here. The stance you're taking is really, really weirdly pointed. It's like what a lot of like Black Cube employees. It's like this intelligence agency. It's a private intelligence agency, and they like do really weird stances like this, where they're like, "I'm pro-Palestine, but," and then they disagree with a very obvious fact. Yeah, so we'll talk about that later. Here's the horse poop on campus. We brought the horses in. Because the horses are enforcing the police state now, and the horses also.
Somebody almost just stepped in the shit. So, sorry, I'm interrupting.
Thank you to the Austin Police Department and the Texas National Guard and the Texas State Police for bringing horse poop to campus. Ding ding ding! Looks like I found who mass.
Dude, mass reporters. I mean, we know that all these faker dakers on the left are really alt-right, like 4chan people, you know? But anyone who's ever, mass reported a video, you are the most cringe, embarrassing person. So all the 5 feds that are in here right now, hey, take this first off, shove it sideways, and then put it in your fucking ear. And then the other thing I need you to do is to quit your job because you're disgusting, right? Yeah, you know you're nasty. You know you're nasty. So, anyway, oh my gosh, Binger. Let them out. Let them out.
day, sir. Officer Smallwood. Have a great day.
Wait, his name is Officer Smallwood?
I love every version of it is amazing.
For your time today, sir.
No, no, no. Bing bong. Stop, buddy. Yeah. Nice slideshow.
Good morning. If you're one of the people in my comments section yelling at college students or calling what happened at UT not peaceful, I'm gonna need you to get a grip. Get a grip. Please. It is incomprehensible to me that you guys, some of you guys, can look at those videos, can look at what's going on at UT and say, yeah, they deserved it. Yeah, they deserved it. What's gonna make you change your mind? What's gonna make you change your mind? Is it when they're just coming after you for no reason? Because...
Yeah, no, that is when everyone will then decide that this is too much. But we'll all already be gone, so good luck. Like, dude, everyone needs to wake up a lot. Everyone needs to wake up, realize that we're literally in World War III right now. It's an information war. It's not like all the other ones. And everyone needs to start playing ball, okay? Because they're going to start taking all of us out one by one. You know, whatever they think up next after their RICO thing didn't work on me, you know, their bail bonds Atlanta like scam. So funny that all they can think of are scams. But since that didn't work, I'm assuming that they're going to come at me with something else now. So wonder what it's going to be, but it's whatever it is, it's going to be illegal and pretty shitty. Isn't that crazy? The government tried to lock me up because I'm annoying to them. Hilarious.
Hey guys, this guy wants everyone to know that he wants cops to arrest journalists for covering peaceful protests.
Yeah, and then, buddy, what happens when the cops come to your house and they say, "Get out of here. I'm gonna put a frickin' Zionist family in your house." Then what? Are you gonna say, "This isn't fair. Nobody's helping me. What the heck?" This is why we do solidarity, right? This is why we all band together and we all fight the powers that be together instead of individually. But that also means that we need the people who are like, "Oh, that ain't my problem," to realize that it actually is going to be your problem if you don't do anything, right? So why don't you be brave, stand up like a big, tall, strong boy, and say, I don't want to live in a fascist police state. That's all you have to do. Really easy. Super simp. Super simpy, okay? Very simpy.
I honestly can't believe some of you guys are real.
They aren't.
Hey guys, this guy wants everyone to know that he wants cops.
We were talking this morning or yesterday, me, Dante, and Nicole, and I can feel like when you're the time to use your whiteness for good is at stuff like this, where you can mouth off because you're white and you don't feel that fear that most other people's minorities feel and stuff. You should be running your mouth at these fucking cops nonstop, right? Because they won't do stuff to us that they will do to black and brown people because they're racist. Like most every cop, for sure. But
Please don't touch me.
I was gonna say, I guarantee Nicole said yesterday 150 times, "Do not put your fucking hands on me." And and that is the only time that you can be a Karen without filter. You can be the most Karen at cops. Always, right? Like, being Karen is fun at people who deserve it, you know? So, at a protest is when you use that skill, okay?
You're trying to do a job, I'm trying to do a job too. They have tear gas in their hands.
Oh, Nicole's so funny. They have tear gas in their hands. Okay, this is hilarious, dude.
Did you guys know this? It's not just students getting arrested. A Fox cameraman got pummeled to the ground yesterday. I will show the video right after this, and arrested on faulty charges. If you do not see this and cannot conceptualize how this extrapolates from here and will affect each and every one of you, I'm not talking to you, commenter. Thank you. This is a great tidbit. I am stitching this because it reminded me to post this video. But everyone else yelling at me, yelling at college students, just think about it and put yourself in these students' shoes. They are out there on the lawn. They assembled to get their administration's attention. And then the administration just called a bunch of cops, the National Guard. I already went through all this. And then those cops are like, I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm gonna arrest you. Come on.
Watch this. Hogs. What the dude? These hogs are disgusting. Even a Fox News cameraman I will defend. Like, this is what the hogs do. And guys, I don't want to hear a single person.
Do you guys know this? It's not just students getting arrested. A Fox.
I don't want to hear a single person be like, oh, they're just doing their job. No, they're not. This is a policing issue. I was at the DNC and the RNC in 2016 filming, and both of those events were horrifying with how many people were there, how many Looney Tunes, you know, everyone protest, like the Westboro Baptist Church was there, all these KKK people, just crazy loons, okay? And guess what? At the whole week of the RNC, there was not a single incident. There was no issues. The police were I was actually shocked and proud of the police in, what was it, Cincinnati? Or was it Cleveland? I forget where it was, but somewhere in Ohio. I think Cincinnati. Yeah, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was near it. But this is a policing issue. This is police who want to be brutal and violent and beat the shit out of people doing exactly that, because they don't need to behave the way that they do. And honestly, the police set the tone for how everyone behaves. But these people, they want to they're begging for violence. They're begging for it because they want nothing more than to put us all down. That is what they're hoping for. That is the solution that they want, you know? So here's just a little thing. I hope that they have a couple shots of the police in Cincinnati, but the cops were all bike cops, right? And they used their bikes as guardrails. So there would be like leftist people protesting with the Westboro Baptist Church. And you know what the police did? The police would just put themselves in between the two groups with their bikes as like a shield, or not a shield, but a gate or fence. And they'd all line their bikes up and they'd just stand there, respectful, not saying anything, not doing anything, just not pushing anyone, not throwing anyone on the ground, not shooting anyone, not handcuffing anyone. Because in America, unless anything's changed in the last like 12 hours, I'm pretty sure that we have a right to protest and a freedom of speech. And the police's job is to protect that for us, okay? So anyway, the shit that's going on in Texas, the stuff that's going to happen in Columbia in the next day or two, in New York, you know, the university, all these places where someone said USC canceled their commencement, like all of these places, they're going to throw the National Guard at it and hope that someone, I don't know, throws a can of soup or something so that then they can mow everyone down. Like that is what they want. So let's see if we can see what some good policing looks like. Not even good, just like the expectation of what police should be doing. Like they shouldn't be praised for doing their basic job.
We were prepared for anything and everything that showed up here in Cleveland. We actually went back
Cleveland,
to 2008.
fuck.
We looked at Denver,
that's right.
We looked at Minneapolis, St. Paul. We looked at Boston, New York, of course Tampa, Charlotte, the most recent conventions. And we took a little bit from each one of those, both good and bad.
When you ask the police a question, if you said, why can't I go over there? They'd say, we're just waiting for the crowd to disperse a little bit. Like, there's nothing that pisses me off more than asking a public servant a question and them dodging it, you know? Like, Nicole and Dante were like, what are you guys doing? What is your orders? Why are you guys here? And all of them, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, dude, we pay your fucking wages. Like, you owe us an explanation, you know?
A lot of training has gone into place prior to this event.
And the other thing too is they were all dressed like bike cops. They all had their spandex, their cute little spandex outfits on and everything, which truly does de-escalate. It does. I'll never listen to anyone who says otherwise. But, you know, they've got their helmets, they got their shoulder pads or whatever, but they're not like this, dude. Like this, they're militarized. Look at that. They're ready to, it's a SWAT team. They're ready to fucking shoot all of us, kill everyone. That's what they're there for. But these guys in their little bike cop outfits, that's great.
So that opposing voices couldn't be heard. And you may have seen as you walked around town here how the Cleveland police have
Look at
used,
that.
Bicycles.
Do you see, like, I know it's silly, but this actually does have an effect. This has a good effect. This makes them seem approachable. It makes them seem like they're not trying to kill you, you know? But that's not what the police want. The police do not want to protect us. What they want is violence, truly. They think that they're an occupying army because they are. They're an Israeli occupying army.
Separate pro and against demonstration groups.
Our officers basically, try to manage the protests on each side when they're marching down the city street. And we have officers that leapfrog ahead of them to make sure we get traffic out of the way. We have officers behind to make sure no traffic.
They got to know people? Like, since I was in a film crew, I got to know like two of the officers, and they would basically stay with us. They would put an officer, not like right next to you, but they would assign like an officer just to be in the periphery if you need anything. Like, the police's job is to work for us, not be an occupying army.
Up behind the group, and then we try to make sure that our
look at how orderly they are.
Keep the protests separate from any individuals that may want to counter.
No escalation.
Or disrupt their march. All the officers here understand what's going on in this country. All the officers in here buy into the theory that we have to be better police officers. We have to be more community-oriented police officers, and that's what they do now. We're not going to take you assaulting an officer. We're not going to take you destroying property. You want to voice your First Amendment concerns and get it out there in any kind of way other than violence, we're going to help you do that. And that's why these guys are and women are on the ground to make sure that happens in a peaceful way.
Can you send it to me? Send it to me. What are you going to do? I'm just going to watch it. I have One second, dudes.
I have to start out by saying one very important thing. I'm not politically correct. And I hate political correctness because it's antithetical to the founding principles of this country. Now, one of the things that I have learned about Hillary Clinton is that one of her heroes, her mentors, was Saul Alinsky. He wrote a book called Rules for Radicals. On the dedication page, it acknowledges Lucifer, the original radical who gained his own kingdom. This is a nation where our founding document, the Declaration of Independence, talks about certain inalienable rights that come from our Creator. This is a nation where our Pledge of Allegiance says we are one nation under God. This is a nation. This is a nation where every coin in our pocket and every bill in our wallet says, "In God we trust." So are we willing to elect someone as president who has as their role model somebody who acknowledges Lucifer? Think about that.
For more than a year, Donald Trump has been the people's champion. And tonight, he is the people's nominee. Like many of my fellow millennials, I do not consider myself categorically Republican or Democrat. More than party affiliation, I vote based on what I believe is right for my family and for my country. Sometimes it's a tough choice. That is not the case this time. As the proud daughter of your nominee, I am here to tell you that this is the moment and Donald Trump is the person to make America great again. My father taught my siblings and me the importance of positive values and a strong ethical compass. He showed us how to be resilient, how to deal with challenges, and how to strive for excellence in all that we do. He taught us that there is nothing we cannot accomplish if we marry vision and passion with an enduring work ethic. In our business, you're not a builder unless you've got a building to show for it. Or in my father's case, city skylines. At my father's company, there are more female than male executives. Women are paid equally for the work that we do, and when a woman becomes a mother, she is supported, not shut out. As researchers have noted, gender is no longer the factor creating the greatest wage discrepancy in this country. Motherhood is. As president, my father will change the labor laws that were put in place at a time when women were not a significant portion of the workforce. And he will focus on making quality childcare affordable and accessible for all. He will fight for equal pay, for equal work, and I will fight for this too, right alongside of him. When my father says that he will make America great again, he will deliver. Politicians ask to be judged by their promises, not their results. I ask you to judge my father by his results. Judge his values by those he's instilled in his children. I've loved and respected him my entire life, and I could not be more proud tonight to present to you and to all of America my father and our next president.
Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, Mormons, where was the UT video I wanted to watch?
We continue to follow breaking news tonight from downtown Austin. A large pro-Palestine protest on the UT campus that resulted in multiple arrests today has moved to the Travis County Jail.
Now, this is what it looked like on the South Mall at UT earlier today as those protesters clashed with police and DPS troopers. An attorney representing some of the protesters now telling KVUE at least 50 people were arrested today. Those demonstrators are calling for an end to the war in Gaza and for UT to cut financial ties with Israel.
Tonight, the group that organized today's event is
I'm okay.
outside the Travis County Jail, demanding the release of those who were detained. KVUE's Kelsey Sanchez is live outside the jail tonight with the latest. Kelsey, what are you seeing out there?
Quita Bryan, I'm not sure if you can hear the chants behind me, but this group here is passionate. They are chanting, and it really is a waiting game for them, but they are here, remained outside the Travis County Jail, waiting for those who got arrested today to be released. And as you just stated, I did talk to that attorney who told me about 54 of those protesters were arrested, and while they may not get out till morning, this group says that they will remain here until they do. Now, the crowd started gathering here outside the Travis County Jail around 7, and since then, loved ones, community members, and attorneys have made their way here to the jail. Now, earlier in the day, chaos erupted at UT Austin's campus in what was supposed to be a peaceful pro-Palestine protest amid the Israel-Hamas war. This protest, organized by the Palestine Solidarity Committee, who have been in charge of the protests we've seen over the last few months. Now, law enforcement did ask those students to disperse as soon as the protest started. DPS troopers and APD officers were out in full force, leading to those arrests. Now, those who came out in support say what unfolded today violates their First Amendment rights.
If you can't be heard to your government, people take to the streets. And if in the streets you are arrested for criticizing the government, I think we have to ask a question about, do we as people have a right in this country to express our discontent?
Now, again, we're here outside the Travis County Jail where those chants continue. This group is...
We're currently in a situation where we're facing a horrifying genocide in Gaza. And we are saying that as students, we're not okay with that. We're not okay with our tuition, our money going towards genocide.
Frankly, it's been a while coming. There's been several protests on campus before. A lot of it comes from the goals of divestment, and the UT has been very quiet, especially after there have been attacks on Palestinian students. There's been emails from the university, announcing support for Israel as well, but it's been largely silent for a lot of the Palestinian students.
It's crazy because all these giant men are standing in front of me with guns and batons and weapons, and I have nothing. I'm just shouting.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking.
What was this about for you?
Justice, peace. I mean,
Dude, look at that. Look at these fucking asshole hogs. All these pigs.
there's children dying, and
Look, he's got a grenade launcher. What the hell?
It's because all these giant men are standing in front of me with guns and batons and weapons, and I have nothing. I'm just shouting.
Such insecure little babies.
What was this about for you?
Justice, peace. I mean, there's children dying, and the fact that we're funding it is inexcusable, and it needs to end.
There was also a group of Jewish UT students at today's events protesting in support of Israel.
I've had people tell me to go back to Europe and spit at me here. I had somebody tell me that you people always do this, like pretty blatant anti-Semitism. I think here you can have a positive dialogue with people. You can communicate with people. I talk to people who I disagree with all the time. I have friends at the law school who are on the other side of this protest, and I respect their right to free speech. I only ask that they do the same for me.
Now, in response to today's demonstrations, UT President Jay Hartzell issued the following response, saying in part, quote, "Today our university held firm, enforcing our rules while protecting the constitutional right to free speech. Peaceful protests within our rules are acceptable. Breaking our rules and policies and disrupting others' ability to learn are not allowed." It goes on to say, quote, "Our rules matter and they will be enforced. Our university will not be occupied," end quote.
All right. I wanted to see this thing, I think. Or no, this one.
Now in one breaking news after a day.
Shoot.
Now in one breaking news after a day of violent anti-war protests, USC officials have just announced that it is canceling its.
Yeah, the USC commencement got canceled. So let's take a look at that. And they're like, the violent protests. Who's doing the violence exactly? Oh, the police? Yeah, that checks out. It makes sense. These bird or lime mopeds. Dude, I fucking love a little scooter. When I was in Atlanta for a job, we would just cruise on these. And Atlanta's got like a lot of fun hills and shit. Be like ripping down the frickin' hill for like $1.10 for 20 minutes. Dude, police tires, are they the kind of tires that are anti-puncture? Are they puncture resistant or are they just normal tires? I'm just asking. Just once we have two choices, grow up and accept it, and Johnson telling the students to go back to class and stop wasting their parents' money. Same people, same agenda, different wrapping paper. Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, isn't it crazy that Hillary Clinton said that? Like, these people are literally so out of touch. They actually don't realize that what they're saying is just digging themselves even deeper. They really think like, dude, they act like we're little babies. I'm sorry, but millennials are like fucking 40 now. Like, we are the adults, and we're going to put you guys in a nursing home soon. No, we're not. We're going to put you in a burial mound. How about that? Dude, these hogs are embarrassing. Damn. Oh wait, I wanted to watch Columbia real quick, and then we'll move on. I saw that they were like building a wall around NYU or something. Like, Columbia negotiates with protesters.
Tensions rising again at Columbia University, where students and police clash over obstructing sidewalks.
And this comes as tensions are rising all across this country, with demonstrators and demonstrations popping up on university campuses. It all started here, though. Good day's Briella Tomasetti is outside Columbia University with what we should know today. Briella, good morning.
Yeah, Dan Tashani, good morning to you. And it sure did. The protests here at Columbia University have now been going on for more than a week. It's really unclear at this point if there is even an end in sight. According to the school paper, faculty members and school workers walked out in support of these demonstrations. Some Republican lawmakers who visited the campus in the meantime have suggested cutting federal financial aid to those protesters.
This is the New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully obstructing pedestrian traffic.
Tensions flared yet again at Columbia University as pro-Palestinian protesters continued to demonstrate. Last night, police asked a group of demonstrators to move away from the front of the Ivy League school near the intersection of 116th Street and Broadway.
Sorry, no, that's their school.
Meanwhile, dozens of tents and students remain sprawled out on the university's west lawn. Columbia officials say talks are ongoing, one day after they extended the deadline for students to dismantle their encampment. Earlier in the day, House Speaker Mike Johnson visited Columbia with his Republican colleagues, but it wasn't such a warm welcome. He was booed by hecklers while calling on President Manoush Shafiq to step down and pushing for the school to stop hate and harassment against Jewish students.
Our feeling is that they have not acted to restore order on the campus. This is dangerous.
While Columbia has been the epicenter of this past week's demonstrations, Ivy League protests have triggered a chain reaction of demonstrations at college campuses nationwide. At the University of Texas in Austin, hundreds of students walked out of class in solidarity with the Palestinian people. State police were called in riding horses clad in riot gear and arrested at least 20 people. It was a similar situation at the University of Southern California, where students clashed with public safety officers during tense confrontations. According to our sister station, Fox 11 Los Angeles, nearly 100 arrests were made there. The White House condemned any violence.
Protests must be peaceful. You know, students must be safe. When we see violent rhetoric, we have to call that out.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said that if these demonstrations could not be contained, the president should call in the National Guard. The White House, though, has not responded to those remarks. For now, we're live here outside Columbia. Dan, it's Shani. Back to you.
Well, that would be significant. Thank you very much, Briella.
Hell yeah. All right. You guys ready to move on to that Philion video? We'll finish that, and then we can look at some Ruby Frankie. Oh, wait, real quick. You want to get rid of this? This is the banned Jehovah's Witness cartoon describing their beliefs.
When early Watchtower teachings that the world...
But basically, all of these religions are... These birds are like screwing each other. Boys, stop fighting. Oh, dude, every time I show you guys, they fly away. Okay, but this Jehovah's Witness religion is like the same as Scientology, is the same as Mormonism.
The world entered the so-called time of the end in 1799, that Jesus returned invisibly in 1874, and that the world would end in 1914 were proven false. doctrine was conveniently readjusted. In the new version, 1914 became the date of both Christ's invisible return and the beginning of the time of the end. This date was put forth not as theory or interpretation, but as hard, indisputable fact. Jesus started out originally as the Logos.
He's a logo?
Or Michael the Archangel. Who then came to earth as the virgin-born son of...
They had a little mummy? That's so cute.
He was a perfect, sinless man. But he was only a man, devoid of all divinity. Jesus walked the earth as a man, becoming the Christ only when he was baptized. Jehovah's Witnesses hold the cross in contempt, feeling that it is nothing more than a pagan symbol used by apostate Christendom. Instead, they teach that at the completion of his ministry, Jesus died, not on the cross, but on an upright stake. Christ's body was then laid in a tomb.
A mummy again?
Where it was disintegrated by God, totally destroyed forever.
Disintegrated by God? That's boring.
Jesus was then recreated by the Father. Before going to heaven, he materialized in different bodies on different occasions to convince his disciples and others that he had really been resurrected. Jesus returned to his Father in heaven, where once again, he became Michael the Archangel. He will never again be seen on the earth in visible form, but instead rules invisibly from the heavens. When he executes judgment over the world at Armageddon, he will destroy all but the faithful Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, what a cool God. Isn't that cool that the dude's plan is to just kill everyone who doesn't believe in him? Dude, their gods all suck. Nice. Dude, this animation rules.
Jesus, alias Michael, will always remain invisible to those on earth and can be seen.
Dude, it's all so obviously just about control and making everyone scared. Anyway. All right, we were at about 10:30, I think, yesterday. I'm going to read through your comments in a sec. Jesus was ripped, dude.
And that the golden plates hold text of forgotten wisdom. Let's look at some of the Mormon concepts. First off, Mormons hate water. They believe God rebuked all water, and that Satan has total control over rivers, oceans, and lakes. For all we know, this is why Mormons live in Utah, a landlocked arid state, besides their lakes, of course, which are apparently evil. One excerpt from the Book of Mormon says, "Behold, I, the Lord, in the beginning blessed the waters, but in the last days, by the mouth of my servant John, I cursed the waters." Another peculiar belief is that Mormons believe in the star or planet of Kolob, described in the Book of Abraham as being a celestial body closest to heaven. It is said that one day on Kolob is 1,000 years on Earth. Yeah, there's no evidence that this planet exists. Although some major lore is taken from Abrahamic religions, one difference in Mormonism is that Jesus is Lucifer's brother, and that Jesus was made savior of humanity because he wanted to give us all free will. On the other hand, Lucifer rebelled against God and wanted to rule over Earth without morality, forcing humans to just become gods. To be honest, Lucifer's option doesn't sound too bad. Another fascinating Mormon concept is that there are three heavens: the telestial, terrestrial, and celestial kingdoms, similar to the rings of hell in Dante's Inferno, just a lot lamer. The telestial is the lowest of the three kingdoms, reserved for people who only follow civil laws. The terrestrial kingdom comes second, occupied by people who only followed the law of Moses. At the top is the celestial kingdom, where God, Jesus, and those that follow his law reside. They go as far as to believe once you arrive at the celestial kingdom, you become a god. So you're telling me Lucifer was cool with just making us gods?
Wait, Bunny, you said y'all see the posts about the rich dude that wanted to try and make $1 million in a year without capital? He gave up after 8 months and only earning $60K. See, dudes? Like, these people are not smart. It's just the fact that if you have money, amazingly, it just makes itself more money. Like, these people think that they're geniuses, and they're truly some of the dumbest people in history. Think about it, you know? People who have money, they don't have to figure out, like, alternative ways to, like, you know, fix stuff that breaks because you can't just go out and buy a new one or whatever, you know? Like, poor people are ingenuitive. And yeah, they have ingenuity, you know? Poor people have lots of skills. Rich people, they're pretty much worthless. They don't do anything. They don't make anything. Yeah, no skills. Honestly, rich people are worthless.
From the start. Also at the highest level, male Mormon followers partake in endless celestial sex. In order to reach this level of endless sex, Mormons must adhere to strict social tenets. For example, they cannot consume alcohol, tobacco, coffee, or even tea. They are also discouraged from marrying outside their religion, and it's considered a serious sin to have sex before marriage.
Cat Dad's Freedom Fighters, you were a former Jehovah's Witness? He said, as a former Jehovah's Witness, it sucks donkey balls.
Some Mormons have creatively devised ways to skirt this specific theological restriction, such as soaking and ATMing. Soaking, defined by the Urban Dictionary.
It's when you stick your penis inside of the vagina, but you don't move it, you don't thrust or anything, and it kind of like, it's not really a sin, it's not pre.
While ATMing, on the other hand, can best be explained by popular streamer Cutie Cinderella.
ATMing is when, doesn't count as sex, you, as a woman, your pants are down, and the guy takes his dick and he slides it up and down your butt crack until he comes.
Like a credit card?
Credit card.
And we call it ATMing.
Joseph Smith knew that the best way to preserve Mormonism.
Cutie Cinderella said we call it ATMing. So Cutie Cinderella and Ludwig do this regularly, it sounds like. That's hilarious. We call it ATMing.
Was to create a cultural fish tank, an echo chamber that had existential consequences if you were to deviate from his cult. I mean truth. The early Mormon church was rife with division. Leaders left on their own accord or were excommunicated, one of which was Oliver Cowdery, one of the 3 witnesses who found himself on the other end of Joseph Smith's lifelong ego trip. Nowadays, Mormonism is made up of 3 different sects. Just like Christianity has Protestants and Catholics, Mormonism has the LDS Church, Mormon fundamentalism, and liberal reformist Mormonism. You probably know the LDS Church from their classic door-to-door missionaries, while Mormon fundamentalists are notorious for their polygamy, made popular by Joseph Smith himself. According to the church website, they have a pyramidal structure. The church is divided into 22 regions across the world. Those regions...
Yeah, dude, struggle builds character. And then Canna Queen said, I'd be productive too if someone did all my chores and made my dinner. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, we all have this added thing of being a slave for the first 8 hours, the most productive 8 hours of every day. But rich people don't even have to do that. They just get to start fresh every day, and they don't have to go to work. That's just for us, the chosen ones. The workers. The workers who own nothing and never will, you dirty little workers.
Are further divided into stakes, each consisting of 5 to 12 wards, which is usually a single church or parish. All this to say that the Mormon church system is vast and confusing with varying levels of power. And if you're not trying to steal Russell M. Nelson's look, you're gonna want the help of today's video sponsor, which is why...
Majora said, why is the Mormon religious goal the same as theistic Luciferian magic?
Today's video is sponsored by Keeps.
I don't know, because they're like the opposite thing, right?
Their hair. They offer clinically proven treatments that help combat the symptoms of hair loss.
Keeps.
Best of all of Keeps treatment plans are personalized, doctor recommended, and delivered right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your house. 2 out of 3 men will experience hair loss by the age of 35, but Keeps has you covered. Keeps offers research-backed, clinically proven treatments to stop hair loss.
Ethical
and improve hair growth.
streamers.
Each treatment plan comes with 1 year of unlimited messaging, so you can connect with your prescribing doctor about anything, anytime. Rest assured that Keeps physicians will help you select the right products and treatments for your specific condition and hair goals. You can also easily subscribe to refill reminders so you never run low on the products that you need to take the best care of your hair. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/Philion or just click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/Philion. And thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Besides the main sects, it's well known that Mormonism takes from Abrahamic religions, such as Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. Mormons even consider themselves Christian, but are they? Mormons hold a good amount of conflicting views with Christianity. For example, they reject the Nicene Creed, which is the statement of faith for Christianity, and they call the Trinity the Godhead. They also have different names for Jesus and God, naming them Jehovah and Elohim respectively.
What, Jehovah's Witness? This is the weirdest thing I've heard about these goofballs. Jehovah's Witnesses believe pets don't go to heaven and they have no soul? Bro. Jehovah's Witness, they gotta go. Catholics, they gotta go. Mormons, they gotta go. Everyone's gotta go.
That God
If you don't think animals, cats and dogs don't have souls... Wait, are Jehovah's Witnesses also the people who don't let you dance? You're not allowed to dance, right? Cult
was once a man on another planet, born to an unknown god and goddess before being exalted to godhood himself. One Mormon ceremony, similar to Christianity's baptism, is posthumous baptism, where someone is baptized as proxy on behalf of an already deceased same-sex person. This was a practice done during the time of Paul the Apostle, around 50 AD, restored by the LDS Church, and is one such ceremony or ordinance that can only be performed at a Mormon temple, not a Mormon church. Mormon temples are reserved for ordinances that involve eternal significance, such as—
Dude, this literally looks like a evil villain lair.
marriage, baptisms, or an endowment.
Wait, was that dude about to chomp her nose off?
At a Mormon temple, not a Mormon church. Mormon temples are reserved for ordinances that involve eternal significance, such as marriage.
What is this boy doing? He's going in for a nose chomp. Brother, come on. Why are you going for a nose chomp? They didn't teach you how to kiss even in Mormon school? Bro. Dude, sex with a Mormon on the wedding night has gotta be like quick, embarrassing.
Baptisms.
Dude, it's so... I'm just imagining them in their, like, long johns trying to be, like, sexy.
Or an endowment. An endowment.
Like, wife 3, come here, would you like some heavy petting?
Is a two-part ordinance, which again is just their word for ceremony, in which a Mormon takes on a new name and receives temple garments, which is basically underwear that they must wear at all times throughout their life. And here's Cutie Cinderella explaining these garments from her own perspective.
You're supposed to wear garments, and garments are special blessed underwear that would go to about here? No, here, about here. About here in length, that you wear under your clothes at all time, and about here in this neckline.
Bodysuit. The second part of the ordinance is known as the second anointing.
Was Cutie Cinderella Mormon? Dude, Ludwig screams Mormon to me now, for sure. Oh my god. Yeah.
Where men and women are exalted to kings, queens, priests, or priestesses in the afterlife. These ordinances are supposedly sworn. Mormons are forbidden to discuss temple matters outside the temple. According to the Associated Press in Salt Lake City, some posthumous baptisms have been blocked for certain people such as the Las Vegas gunman, Stephen Paddock, and Charles Manson. Although these concepts seem random, they point to one main goal of Mormon theology, creating a heaven on earth, or what they call Zion. Presumably, this goal would be achieved after everyone lives in perfect harmony by following the Book of Mormon. Joseph Smith tried to replicate this in America by establishing rather prosperous towns in Ohio, Missouri, and Illinois that acted as a safe haven for his people against the US government. These towns were also seen as possible Zions, and in many cases, the federal government had no idea the Mormons were taking over so much land. Joseph Smith also introduced the practice of polygamy and could have sired several children, though it is staunchly looked down upon by modern-day Mormons. According to Andrew Jensen, an assistant LDS Church historian, a list of Joseph's wives by 1887 was 27 women, besides his legal wife, Emma Smith. Currently, there are 49 women.
Dude, Fawn Brody also has a thing. She has a section in her book where she lists all of Joseph's wives, but she's also like, we aren't 100% sure on any of these, but we know that it's at least this many, and it's like 45 or something. Oh, is this it? Yes. The plural wives of Joseph Smith. Dude. Fanny Alger, Lucinda Pendleton, Prescindia Huntington Buell. And dude, a lot of these people were just wives of other Mormons. Look, see, wife of Norman Buell. He would just go and steal people's wives. So funny, bro. He really was just doing it, I'm sure, to like fuck with his congregation. Anyone that questioned him or fucking pissed him off, you know? Anyone who was like, are you really reading from tablets in that little hat of yours? He's like, yes, I am. Shut up. Yes, I am. Stop saying I'm a liar. It's like, I'm an improv actor. I'm not a liar. It's a performance.
Women on the list, and some were even married to other men at the same time. Although Joseph Smith's Zionist towns were successful in their own right, they were seen as interlopers and dissenters by locals, political rivals, and other religious denominations, often being berated.
Dude, wait. Mormons aren't allowed to be alone with the opposite sex? Like, young boys and young girl Mormons don't play together. Dude, that makes everything make so much sense now. That's why there's so many incels and lunatics, is because they're Mormon and they don't know how to act around females. Oh, the ad's happening. Whoops. I don't know about these stupid ads. I don't know. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bonk. Welcome back, friends. I'm sorry, I didn't see that you guys headed out, but I didn't play anything. All right, ready? Everyone's back. The class is ready. Moving along.
And attacked on site. One conflict between Mormons and non-Mormons even led to a war in Missouri, known as the Mormon-Missouri War of 1838. Raids and fights lasted 2 weeks before Joseph Smith was arrested, tried for treason, and sentenced to death. Before his trial could even begin, he would escape with the help of some apologetic guards, fleeing to Illinois. You see, at this point, Joseph Smith had developed the unique Mormon God complex and tried to have sex with every woman he saw, fracturing relationships with his closest associates by proposing marriages to their wives. Knowing his back was against the wall, he would try to portray the Latter-day Saints as a marginalized group in order to gain political prowess, even running for president in 1844. Smith and co-conspirators would burn down the Nauvoo Expositor, a printing press in Illinois, because ex-Mormons had been spreading information that was critical of Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith would then turn himself into authorities to reconcile with his biggest enemies, but soon found out they had other plans for him. The same year, on June 27th, Joseph Smith was attacked by an angry mob and killed while awaiting trial in an Illinois jail. This made Smith the first ever presidential candidate to be assassinated. Allegedly, his last words were, "Oh Lord, my God," as he was shot multiple times while trying to escape out of a window. After his death, Joseph Smith was revered as a martyr, a man inspired by—
And this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Dude, he deserved to die as he lived, a broke-ass goofball. That is how he should have passed away. He should have passed away old as fuck, lonely after his whole church abandoned him, and he died destitute and alone. But nope, he did a cult, and now it's like the biggest religion ever. It's definitely the richest, I think. Well, probably not, because we don't actually know how much the Vatican has. But if I'm a getting and Bessing man, I would say that the Vatican has untold amounts of treasure, and I can't wait to divvy it up with you boys after the Rev. That is going to be such a fun first year field trip, you know? We're going to have to go to Quantico, we're going to have to go to Langley, we're going to have to go to the Vatican, we're going to have to go to the NSA place. Oh, we have to go through all of the Mormon church's documents, because I bet they have so much like Native American stuff that they've been keeping from everyone. Dude. Oh, that's one other thing that we have to watch. Do you guys know about the cannibal Mormon who's like, is he a senator or congressman or something? And then he also bought a castle in Scotland, which is where the Masons are from, right? You know? The Freemasons? It's all so connected, guys. The Mormons, the Masons, the Vatican, everyone. They're all friends and they eat babies together.
By God that stopped at nothing to secure Zion for his people. Brigham Young, the second and longest reigning
Bring them young is actually how you pronounce it, Philion.
President of the Mormon Church, shared Smith's belief.
Look at this big old dude. This is, dude, you know he's like, bring them young. Mm-hmm.
And had around 56 children with 55 wives. According to John Turner in Brigham Young, Pioneer Prophet, Young believed polygamy was to ensure a big family, and that sexual desire was given by God to perpetuate the human race. Brigham Young's policies can be summarized by his speech on February 5th, 1852, in Salt Lake City. He addressed various topics, including black people, slavery, and priesthood.
Brigham Young may have started the priesthood ban on blacks, but he was no racist, say his descendants. His mission was to save the church.
Following in Smith's footsteps, affirming that a black person could not become a priest, for they had the mark of Cain or the mark of Ham, really, whichever was more convenient to lambaste them with. The absurdity of the Mormon Church would only increase as time went on. Like most religions, new leaders would exercise their power to further their political and economic agenda under the guise of faith. Everyone knows behind every great religion is a metric fuck ton of money. So how exactly does the Mormon Church make money? Tithing is one such method where you must pay 10%.
Wait, Axel said, do you know about the pipeline of Mormons and where they serve, usually being their pervy fetishes, and often get caught with that type of porn hidden on their phones, etc.? Wait, where they serve, usually being their pervy fetishes? Why can't I understand this? Am I dumb? Will you clarify that? I want to understand what you're saying.
Of your annual income to the church. It is also manipulatively considered a double blessing. First, it is a blessing because you are paying for the furthering of the word of Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior. Second, your payments show appreciation to God, not material items. Yeah, just imagine tithing as literally Venmoing God. At least, that's how it's framed under this context. There are many anecdotes of people who could not afford necessities, yet still felt responsible to pay their 10%. A whistleblower from Ensign Peak Advisors, the financial institution linked with Mormonism, said the church has accumulated approximately $100 billion in assets. This is just one account that was made.
What the hell is Rainbow Girls? Dude, we still haven't even talked about Bunny's Mel's Hole.
Public. Shockingly,
Rainbow Girls and Mel's Hole.
Enough, the whistleblower later asserted that the church did not use its funds properly. The revenue was not used for charitable purposes, and it was instead being—
What? Dude, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous claim. There's no way that's true.
Being used for ventures that were considered for profit, just as Jesus intended, right? The Mormon Church is also known to use volunteer work in order to save money on expenses, with estimates of nearly 100,000 volunteers per year working on behalf of Mormonism. This can be seen as a—
Guys, it's all about free labor.
A smart business decision, or just another way to keep money in the church's pocket. So let's get this straight. They have gargantuan investment accounts, use free labor, and are tax exempt. Sadly, these methods don't even scratch the surface of their master plan. Similar to billion-dollar corporations like McDonald's, the Mormon Church realizes that the one true way to create an empire is through real estate. So they are constantly buying vast acres of land all across the United States. In an article titled 210 million sale of prime Washington farmland to LDS Church approved by Anna King, the article explains how 18,000 acres were bought by the LDS Church, even outbidding Bill Gates to use for planting and harvesting wheat. Here's one for you. The Mormon Church is even Florida's largest private landowner, after a deal to buy 400,000 acres got greenlit. In fact, the LDS—
Welcome, Rat Track. I'm glad you finally made it to the stream. I've been wanting to bring up the I Pet Goat 2 video. I wonder what the people who made that vid— no? I Pet Goat 2? Will you send it to me?
Owns 2% of Florida. The LDS Church schemes don't end there. They plan on building a city on their Deseret Ranch for 500,000 people by the year 2080. At the moment, it's home to 44,000 cattle, which is the largest cow-calf ranch in the United States. Deseret Ranches and their subsidiaries are also for-profit organizations. As Mormonism advances through the 21st century, it's fun to look at how they are mentioned in pop culture. Mormons have been portrayed in a variety of performances, ranging from Space Jam in 1996 to the Book of Mormon musical on Broadway. For the most part, Mormons are seen in a
Yeah, yeta go geta. They're I'm starting to think that there's honestly kind of a lot of cannibal Mormons.
Satirical light, which does not offend members of the LDS.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard of this totally normal thing that happened where a Mormon like church person and I think a congressperson, I think a politician of some sort, bought a child from a Native American reservation, bought a child, did occult rituals with it. You haven't heard about this? This is a normal story. It's a very normal news story that I heard recently. Surprised you haven't heard it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Church. However, their perceived tolerance of criticism is contrasted by Mormon ad campaigns that are inseparable from corporate monologues. Everything about the religion is run like a capitalist dream. The LDS Church said in response to the Book of Mormon musical that they are, quote, made of sterner stuff. The church may believe some adaptations are lighthearted, but others are deemed essentially lazy. For example, the church has significant problems with HBO's Big Love, starring Bill Paxton as Bill Henriksen, a modern polygamist with 3 wives and 7 children. The family is often described as being Mormon adjacent, which drew the attention of the LDS Church. They may not present themselves as explicitly Mormon, but their behavior and lifestyle matches with Mormon fundamentalism. They also live in Salt Lake City, the HQ of the LDS Church. To combat shows like Big Love, the LDS Church reiterates the fact that polygamy is banned in the United States. It is interesting, though, that the majority of Mormons live in Utah, and just recently, in 2020, the Utah House and Senate reduced the punishment for consensual polygamy from a felony charge to basically a traffic ticket. Without a doubt, one of the funniest pop culture references to Mormonism is in South Park. A Mormon family moves from Utah to South Park and becomes the proverbial talk of the town. The Mormon children and parents are portrayed as too helpful. They are so nice that they convince other people to change their ways. In one instance, Randy Marsh goes to the Mormon's home to beat up the father for telling Stan Marsh differing religious views. Randy's plans rarely work out. He doesn't fight the father. Instead, he comes home with a copy of the Book of Mormon. Throughout the episode, the story of Joseph Smith is explained with almost constant singing.
And that's how the Book of Mormon was written. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the creators of South Park, were also the creators of the Book of Mormon musical. It can be inferred that Matt and Trey don't like Mormonism very much. However, Mormons are not always featured in a strictly satirical or stereotypical nature. In the video game franchise Fallout, set in post-apocalyptic America, Mormons are one of the few remaining religions. Unlike other adaptations, Mormons are portrayed in a positive light. As said in an article titled, "I'm a Mormon, pop culture often mocks my faith, but Fallout treated it right." It seems a video game did right by the Mormon religion, while others see it for what it truly is. Criticism of Mormonism has only expanded since its inception because of sexist policies or historical revision. I mean, they literally believe early Jews came to America, built incredible civilizations, had cataclysmic wars, were visited by Jesus, then all died out, and the few that were remaining, oh, they became Native Americans. These are inaccuracies that can be empirically proven false by science and documented evidence. But these pillars of academia are
Doesn't matter. Shut up, you book nerds. Shut your mouth, you dirty little book nerds.
Considered the philosophies of man and should not be mingled with faith. However, the Mormon Church will have typical PR mumbo-jumbo to appease critics. The primary method of religious indoctrination is to deny others and assert that your religion is the one true path to salvation. This creates a powerful us versus them dynamic, a complex in which they know the only truth.
Dude, I'm never listening to anyone whose face looks like this. This dude is a literal monster. He's a demon. Look at him. This dude is a demon. Be gone, demon. Be gone, you dirty little Mormon demon.
It's convenient for all religions to believe they are the center of the universe, creating a sense of religious tribalism where they are right and everyone else is wrong. Regardless, if non-believers are thought of as proverbial sheep who have lost their way, I can't help but think that they are treated as blank templates, ready for layers of cultural brainwashing with the sole purpose of advancing a religion.
I felt deep frustration at the church's claim to have a monopoly over the fullness of truth, that the few million members are the only keepers of the real truth of what God wants today for us, and that everyone else has truth too. But through prophets and apostles and modern day revelation, the Mormons are actually the ones who have the full picture. They know what's going on. I believed that they had the truth, that was going to deliver me and my family to eternal bliss in celestial glory.
Mormonism is a New Age religion, which makes it incredibly easy to fact-check and cross-reference outlandish claims of miracle work and divine intervention. It is a slap in the face to archaeology, anthropology, history, and science when Mormonism is taken seriously in any regard. When you know the origin story of Mormonism, the churches and temples begin to represent a dystopian disconnect, towering structures of grandeur that are built upon lies. Although it may instill morality in some, it doesn't outweigh the blatant hypocrisy present in their belief systems. The most notorious Mormon stereotype is how nice they are.
Smile. Smile right now. Smile. Smile a little bit. Come on, break the corners of your mouth. You right here. That's better. You just look better when you're smiling.
You could say that killing them with kindness is how they defend their beliefs and fight criticism, but it's not a valiant effort of an intellectual conversation on the absurdity of their religion. I guess creating distance from traditional Joseph Smith Mormonism is through various denominations and sects. It's easy to circumvent criticism when you say you are different than that, but when your founder was a literal cult leader with 40 wives and a knack for fantasy writing, don't expect people to take you seriously.
Philion, don't forget, also, he was a grave robber and a shitty treasure hunter.
And for those of you who were a little confused, you are dead, and this is hell. So abandon all hope and yada yada yada. We're now going to start the orientation process, which will last about...
Hey, wait a minute, I shouldn't be here. I was a totally strict and devout Protestant. I thought we went to heaven.
Yes, well, I'm afraid you were wrong.
I was a practicing Jehovah's Witness.
You picked the wrong religion as well.
Well, who was right? Who gets into heaven?
I'm afraid it was the Mormons. Yes, the Mormons were the correct answer.
That's so good. Ooh, wait, is this a Philion? Oh my goodness.
What is Pac-Man fever?
Bro, Philion has great videos. He did a Nexium, a cult within a cult video. Damn, we're gonna have to, I think we might become a Philion fan channel. We like Philion. So far. Right? But, wait, so someone just sent the International Order of the... International Order of the Rainbow for Girls? What the frick-a-roni is this? The International Order of the Rainbow for Girls is a Masonic youth service organization that teaches leadership through, or training through community service, of course, through free labor. They say, work will set you free. Young women learn about the value of charity and service through their work and involvement with their annual local and grand state or country service projects. Historically, the order welcomed girls from age 11 to 20 years old with a family connection to Freemasonry. The modern organization is open to all regardless of race or religion. Sure. Let me guess, guys. This is just a big grooming thing, right? Is that what this is? Being related to a Master Mason or member of Eastern Star no longer is a requirement. See, it's just about nepotism, obviously. Interested young women must submit an application and association fee to an assembly. Dude, this is all such... That's all crock. Oh, man. Remember Elohim City? Oh, man. Remember our buddy? That freaking guy? Oh, my gosh. Wait, what did I want to watch? Not Ruby, Frankie. Oh, this. Here we go. Cannibal David Leavitt. Let's check this one.
There's such a prejudice in the Native community about a non-native adopting a native.
This is not how you adopt a child. This is how you procure a child.
The Fox 13 News investigated.
That is an interesting word that dude just used, procure. That's like a word that Syntharo would give me, you know? Procure. Because when you say procure, I'm only thinking of like one thing, you know? Dude. Hey guys, do you want to know where all of the missing and murdered indigenous women and people and children went?
Team has obtained video of Utah County Attorney David Leavitt talking about how he adopted a Native American child.
The video shows Leavitt explaining how he tried to broker a deal with a tribe in Montana, offering them the ability to export buffalo meat to Ukraine as part of a request he made at the same time to adopt the child.
Fox 13 News investigative reporter Adam Herbets found out why the statements made in this video are part of a long-standing criminal investigation.
The Tribal Social Services looked at us and said, "We're not giving you this baby."
This video was recorded by a documentarian in 2020. It's 17 minutes long, and it shows Utah County Attorney David Leavitt telling the story of how he managed to adopt a tribal infant in 2017.
And finally, this strategy comes into my head. And if you got 5 minutes, I'll tell you the story.
As he describes it, his strategy meant hopping on a plane to Montana.
Oh, that's interstate sex trafficking. we haven't gotten to that other part yet, the S part.
Then walking onto the reservation unscheduled to meet with the president of the Northern Cheyenne tribe.
I said, I'm here for 2 reasons. I said, I'm here to tell you the second reason first, but I'll tell you the first reason second. And I said, but before I tell you the second reason, I want to tell you a story.
Just fucking talk. Just talk, bro.
His story touches on the importance of family. Then it highlights his close friendship with former Ukrainian President Viktor Yushchenko.
Victor and I have this goal of introducing buffalo into Western Ukraine.
And you need a Native American baby to do that? For what?
And you're a sovereign nation, and you have a buffalo herd, and Ukraine is a sovereign nation, and it doesn't have a buffalo herd, but it wants one. And so I'm here to try and see if we can form a bilateral agreement between the people of the Northern Cheyenne and the people of Ukraine to introduce buffalo to Western Ukraine. And at that point, he was all ears.
I bet.
And I said, that's the second reason why I'm here. The first reason why I'm here is this, that we want to adopt one of...
Why are you saying it second, though? If it's the first reason, you usually say that first. Just say it first. What is the importance of making sure that the priority of these is flipped, even though you're saying it in the reverse order? What the hell?
Your people.
He says tribal president Jace Killsback gave his blessing, but tribal social services did not. So Leavitt went back to the president to try again. Watch and listen to how he describes the tribal president made a compelling argument to help Leavitt clear that final hurdle and take home the child that same day.
He said, listen, the Leavitts are friends of the tribe. They're assets to the tribe for more than just this. I left, and 5 minutes later, the phone rang, and it was the social worker saying, I think I figured out a way to get this child to you.
Jace Killsback has declined to comment at the time of this interview.
5 minutes later, damn, CPS really be on the money.
He was in prison.
They're very quick. They're on it.
For fraud in an unrelated case.
Not every child needs to grow up in the city, green grass, white picket fence house. It's best for the Native children to remain in Native communities.
Stephanie Benally, a Native American specialist for Utah foster care, is not just giving her opinion in this interview. She's describing federal law, the Indian Child Welfare Act. It was passed in 1978 to protect Native American children from being adopted by non-Native.
Yeah, because you guys know that the Mormons and the Catholics had this fun little project that they were working on for like 100 years, if not more, where they were tasked with, what do they call it? Well, they were supposed to, I forget, when they acclimate the Native Americans to the white mayonnaise society that is America. And the way that they would do that is like MK Ultra techniques. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that they also are kind of doing MK Ultra stuff still with like the teen troubled camps? And bro, the troubled teen camps are literally at the same place where these reservations, these what do they call? Reservation schools? The ones where they would convert the Native American children into docile little white children, or that's what they tried to. But seems like it might not have worked because I heard that a whole bunch of their bodies are literally scattered behind all of these places, all these reservations, or not the reservation. What are the reservation schools? Why am I blanking on that? I think the reservation schools. But yeah, that's where the troubled teen camps are now. On top of where the residential schools, that's what they were. The residential schools. So, and that fucked up. And yeah, what they would do, which is considered genocide, like destroying a culture by pulling the children out so that there is no future culture, is genocide, right? So that's what the Indian Welfare Act was supposed to be, that it's better for the Native American children to be with their community and not pulled out and made into a white mayonnaise person, you know? Like, and this dude, he's adopting Native American children 2 years ago?
Families.
Prior to the act, 25 to 35.
Why does it need to be a Native American child, Mr. David Leavitt? You should leave it, bro.
5% of Native children were removed from their home and placed in non-Native homes.
There's such a prejudice in the Native community about a non-Native adopting a Native.
Leavitt says the child is family. Technically, she's his step, foster, great niece. They might not be related by blood, but ultimately, the tribe gets to decide who's considered family. According to court documents, the child's biological mother willingly gave up her parental rights, but the biological father did not. The court ultimately ruled in Leavitt's favor, approving the adoption.
Let me put it this way. I would like our elected officials to be servants of the public and not self-serving.
Linda F. Smith is a member of the Utah State Bar Ethics Advisory Opinion Committee. She also taught ethics.
Linda, you need to grow up. This is just the way it is. Our politicians get to do whatever they want. They can sex traffic any child they want, especially Native American children. Dude, they can do occult rituals on them. What are you going to do about it, Linda?
Ethics at the University of Utah for more than 30 years. She says the video is concerning in more ways than one.
Yeah.
He was clearly politicking to get his way. It was a little smarmy.
Politicking to procure a child for himself.
A way to talk somebody into letting you adopt a child that might otherwise be better raised by the tribe.
David Leavitt is the same county attorney who named himself as the subject of a ritualistic child sex abuse investigation. Last month, he announced he is not a murderer, a cannibal, or an abuser, and he accused the Utah County Sheriff of playing politics.
Oh, wait, what? I've never had to clarify that, you know? Why did that man feel that he needed to clarify that?
Before the primary, even though Leavitt was not publicly named.
This is not a politically motivated investigation.
I mean, is it disturbing? Yeah, it is. You have to kind of separate that and not let emotions affect your investigation at all.
Noel Engels is a former analyst with Homeland Security. He confirmed his team had been investigating sexual allegations against Leavitt for several years. Then in 2020, Homeland Security received the video and started investigating for human trafficking.
It's literally our job, is to make sure children are safe. 5
months after receiving the video, documents show Noel and his team were removed from the case. He has since filed a whistleblower complaint and received back this letter.
They removed him from the case? I think he was getting a little too close, right?
Allege that Homeland Security improperly terminated an investigation into allegations involving current Utah County Attorney David.
Yeah, do you see that? The Department of Homeland Security did that? Do you guys see how all these agencies, the FBI, we know the FBI is complicit in all this, the CIA 100%. Like, guys, if the FBI ever comes to talk to you, I wouldn't. I would say, lawyer, 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 lawyer. I'm not talking to you people. Lawyer, 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 lawyer. That's all you got to do. And don't stop, though. Just be annoying as fuck so they go away. Lawyer, 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 lawyer. Like that, okay? And then hold your breath until you pass out.
Leavitt.
No, don't, because they'll do something weird. They'll probably traffic you, honestly.
Emphasize that while the Office of Special Counsel has found a substantial likelihood of wrongdoing based on the information you submitted in support of your allegations, our referral to the Secretary for Investigation is not a final determination that the allegations are substantiated.
This is not how you adopt a child. This is how you procure a child.
We reached out to David Leavitt for an explanation last week. His spokesperson said he would be happy to tell the entire story, but not until after tomorrow's election, because they believe, quote, this has no bearing on his performance as Utah County Attorney and is...
Yep. being a child eater, child procurer has no bearing on his ability to be the DA for his state.
Is not relevant. We want you to know we are publishing the full 17-minute clip online at fox13now.com.
Hell yeah.
Reporting in studio tonight, Adam Herbets.
My boys.
Fox 13 News.
Fox 13, what's up? All right, and then there's one more that I wanted to look, because this didn't dive into the cannibalism claims and the ritualistic abuse claims as much as I would like it to.
Press is exclusive. David Leavitt of Utah County talks child abuse, deer blood, and mind control. And Wednesday night, the Utah County Commission voted not to investigate Leavitt or Sheriff Smith, although they did say they're going to continue to discuss the subject at future meetings. Let's bring in the man himself again to address the allegations head on. Back with us again is Utah County Attorney David Leavitt. All right, so how did your name get swept up in this whole thing in the first place?
Well, Dan, that's probably an entirely different show to get into the background of that, because it's crazy and it's twisted, and we can't do that in 4 minutes. The bottom line is, it's all fabricated lies,
Dude, anyone who says that, 100% they're a liar. That's it. Dude. Like, I can see through all of these monsters now. Look at this dude's, like, half-closed eyes. This dude is a child eater. For sure, dude. Check this man's hard drive. Do it. Someone needs to do it.
It was just
David Leavitt's wife. No, she's probably in on it too. Someone needs to check this man's hard drive.
Credited more than a dozen years ago by the then sitting county attorney, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And the real story here is not so much about Arthur Knight, but the real story is, why is the Utah County Sheriff and former prosecutors from my office conspiring together with Mr. Knight to try and...
Because you procured a child and may or may not have eaten it, apparently?
have change the outcome of this election. And the reason for that is because I am a prosecutor who's trying to restore checks and balances to the system. The prosecutor is always intended to be a check on the police, and juries are supposed to be a check on the prosecutor. And when I took office and began to implement those restorations to the system has been fighting back against me. And it's interesting that Craig Johnson, who is Mr. Rossi's former lawyer, and Mr. Lance Bastian, who is his current lawyer, are both prosecutors that used to work for me, ironically. Yeah. And they're now partnering with the sheriff, and the sheriff is partnering with Rossi. And I absolutely believe that we need to get into the bottom not only of what these lawyers are doing, but what the sheriff is doing, and partnering with a known sex offender and someone that I'm prosecuting for rape and trying to bring to justice myself. The evidence is so clear that Nicholas Rossi is just a tool on behalf of the local sheriff to try and get to me.
I've only got a minute left, but are you considering legal action? I mean, this is serious stuff, right? Accusing you of being a sex trafficker.
Well, my wife is a respected sex researcher at the local university, and she has a book pending.
Yeah.
And
oh, she's definitely in on it then, for sure, in my opinion.
On the topic, and this has affected her in a very serious way. And absolutely, we're going to get through this election, win or lose. We're going to get to the bottom of this, because this really cannot stand for what politics should be. I am going through a tremendous sacrifice of my own.
I'm sorry, but if you're accused of sex trafficking, I'm coming with evidence of where I was, trying to figure out how the hell are you guys misconstruing that I sex trafficked anyone. He's not asking about the details. He's not offering any defense. He's not even saying he's not a sex trafficker. He's just like, these are baseless. I wasn't there.
Own reputation to bring a man to justice, and we intend to do just that, and we expect that voters will be able to see right through this.
You see how this works, guys? The DA, who is a child eater, he gets to sue people who accuse him. You know? That's awesome. I can't wait till Operation Olive Scam, all of those people become lawyers.
Well, look, we're basically out of time, but I am going to be following very closely the extradition proceeding that's going to be happening. And again, we're expecting some resolution early July in that.
That's up to the Scottish authorities. The next step.
Scottish authorities, hell yeah, boy.
In that case, will be determined by them. The Utah County Commission will decide next week that they will investigate the sheriff. I look forward to that. That will take place after the election. The election is 19 days away, and I think we'll see where this all goes.
All right, well, I'm going to be
Let me guess. This dude, I'm sure, he won his election, right? David Leavitt. Wait, is this the same guy? Is this the same guy? I don't know. Anyway, fuck these guys. Let's try and find a oh, here we go. Daily Wire. That'll give us a good recap on Ruby Frankie.
The Ruby Frankie case. She was one of these YouTubers. There's tons of them now that look like they have the perfect family. Jody Nan Hildebrandt is her mentor. It's the mother's mentor. She also describes her as a counselor to the children. They were both arrested after her 12-year-old son escaped from Hildebrandt's house and ran to a neighbor to call 911. The boy was malnourished. He had visible injuries with duct tape on his limbs. She is now up for 30 years in prison, and she's not fighting it.
I was led to believe that this world was an evil place, filled with cops who control, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abused. My choice to believe and behave this paranoia culminated into criminal activity for which I
the wascoey racist. He's like, I'm a big white supremacist. I'm a big bad white supremacist. Be scared of me, please.
stand before you today ready to take accountability.
How could somebody brainwash you to abuse your own children, to think everything is some sort of a conspiracy? Guys, are you paying attention to psychology today? The Ruby Frankie case. She was one of these YouTubers. There's tons of them now that look like they have the perfect family. Jody Nan Hildebrandt is her mentor. It's the mother's mentor. She also describes her as a counselor to the children. They were both arrested after her 12-year-old son escaped from Hildebrandt's house and ran to a neighbor to call 911. The boy was malnourished. He had visible injuries with duct tape on his limbs. She is now up for 30 years in prison, and she's not fighting it.
I was led to believe that this world was an evil place, filled with cops who control, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abused. My choice to believe and behave this paranoia culminated into criminal activity for which I stand before you today ready to take accountability.
How could somebody brainwash you to abuse your own children, to think everything is some sort of a conspiracy? Guys, are you paying attention to psychology today? The Ruby Frankie case. She was one of these YouTubers. There's tons of them now that look like they...
Is this the body cam footage?
I'm a police officer.
Oh wait, there's a body. I want to watch some of this.
Hey, she needs the restroom. Do you have a
Yeah,
phone
no,
number?
go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know if
Is
you
there a
wanted to
restroom
know.
right here? Or?
I don't know where it's at.
Wherever you need to use the restroom.
Okay, yeah, there is one in there. Thank you, sir. I mean, LT.
Ooh, she don't look happy. She looks pissed that the police are investigating her home. Where'd she go?
How are you?
Lady.
All right, well, it feels good in here. So, hey, Ruby, at this time, I know you said that you're already detained, but I'm going to be taking you back to the police department. Okay? So I'm going to have you hop up. If I can fit through here.
You want to put her in one of our vehicles?
Yeah, you want to. Okay, just place your hand behind your back for me. Perfect. And then, right now, I can put a finger in each of these, okay? And I'm just going to double up those so they don't tighten up on you on the way out there. Where's your car?
It's out there.
Yeah.
About by the command.
You don't have anything on you that I should know about, correct? Any weapons, anything that we're going to find. Before you put you in a police vehicle, we need to search your person to make sure you don't have anything on you. Is there anything you have on you? Okay, I'm going to search you before we put you in his car. That's just protocol, so I'm just going to have you step right over here and then just widen your legs, widen your stance. Yep, perfect. Are you wearing a bra? Okay, I'm just going to go like this through and make sure you don't have anything. You said you're not wearing a bra? Okay. Is that just like a tank top under here? Okay. Just gonna lift up your hair. Okay. Alright, you're just gonna walk with Officer Hines.
Be nice.
No, go out this way.
And then
say hi to your people.
You want me this way or that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you want to go down the
say
downstairs
Yeah.
into the interview room downstairs.
Sounds good.
You going down
or I'm
going down?
You're going down. I appreciate it. I was gonna ask you to come turn my car off, but I'm leaving now, so we're good. It's still on. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
I thought she was gonna fight the police.
Hey,
or something.
hold on. Well,
What the fuck? What is this? Vaccine lettuce bill aiming to classify food containing a vaccine as a drug? Wait, what? Dude. Us adults, we gotta take this shit away from these boomers, man. These guys are like, they got applesauce leaking out of their frickin' ears, for sure. My goodness. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. But I think I'm going to call it an early night unless anyone's got any more clippy dips. But, or is there any Johnny Harris that we need to cover? Yeah, dude. Yeah, my baby is in here. Dude, she just, I don't know if you could hear her, but she was just out there screaming alone. She's just going. So, I think she's got Alzheimer's. She's got a little dementia. Right, boo-boo? Say hi to your people. It's like, where am I? Yeah, she got that dementia. She says, I'm a little demented. Hey, you want to sing our song together? Would you like to sing with me and say goodbye to your friends? Yeah, she needs to be in my bosom for comfort. But yeah, I think we're just going to we're going to do a little bit of an early night tonight, you know. Hopefully that's all right with everyone. And I was thinking next week, I think I might start doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. What do y'all think about that? Then I'll have 3 days to do other things and prep these. So it's not like a scrambling at the end, you know? It's censoring the chat. I'll take a look. Maybe I think I have it set to like, it has like level 1 censorship or something. And apparently that's not good enough. So I'll turn that off, for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got freaking John Hankey in the building, all right? I don't know what we're talking about yet, but we're going to have some John. What else are we going to do? We can do whatever, guys. And then Sunday, we're going to do our documentary stream. Haven't decided if I'm doing Saturday yet, but maybe. We'll see. And then, yeah, I think after this week, I think the sustainable Cat Dad plan is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. And we'll do that for a little bit, okay? I hope that doesn't disappoint everyone, but I think it'll lead to better content because I kind of need a day to like plan stuff, you know? It'll just be smoother and better, but hell yeah. We can't expect full access 24/7, and we need time to focus on our gardens. Yep, exactly. I need y'all in your gardens. We all got to be doing garden stuff. Here, you want to see? My shit's right over there, growing. It's going to be time soon to put it out in the yard. But thanks for being so patient, kind with me, guys. Thank you so much. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday is going to be fire, okay? Then we'll have a nice mix of the old content with the new, and I won't feel so frazzled. It's going to be awesome. Come on, baby. You gotta come out. Mormons, 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 Mormons. What you doing, Mormons? Little Mormons, what you doing? Stop being so frickin' weird, you frickin' Mormons. Why you gotta be so weird, you little Mormons? Just be a little normal. It's okay, you frickin' weird Mormons. You're not Aryan punk ass bitches. We don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancy's. Lollipop don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancy's. Lollipop says fuck you. Love by Nancy. Yeah, baby, get it. And we don't fuck with Lollipop either. Ooh, little Mormon babies. Stop reporting me, you little coward ass bitches. You all are just a bunch of little bitches. Says always. Whoa! Mormons, you gotta chill. You said all things pass into the night, and I said, Elohim, give me guns. I want to bombs to OKC. My name is Timothy McVeigh. I've seen it all before. He said, I've been there. I've seen my lollipop streams of all around. I've seen the sky just begin to fall. He said, all things pass into bring them young. And I said, bring them young to your papa. I'm just a pastor, I'm the leader of this church. Listen to me, you gotta do what I say, cause I'm the prophet Joseph S. You gotta listen to what I say, because I'm your prophet, and you ain't getting into heaven without me, bitch. Without me, bitch. You need me, bitch. I'm Joseph Smith, bitch. Baby, she's gotta go. Goodbye, Nancy's. Mormons are Nancy's. Goodbye, Nancy's. Mormons are what? Are National Zionists. Goodbye, Nancy's. National Zionist, white supremacists. And we don't fuck with National Zionism. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. Joseph Smith is just a bitch. He's just a bitch. He's just a bitch. Brigham Young is just a bitch too. BYU is an ass school, and they don't even have a football team because they suck. Because they suck. All they do is give their kids to the CIA and FBI because they suck. And they don't have a football team. I don't know if that's true, actually. I'm just lying. Bring them young to Joseph Smith. Bring them young to Joseph Smith. young to Joseph Smith. Bring them young to Joseph Smith. Bring them young to BYU. Bring them young to Joseph Smith. Great stream, guys. Sorry it's a little short, but Nick Wish, bitch. Nick Wish, bitch, sitch. This witch, bitch. Am I right? Hell yeah, dudes. Great freaking night. I'll drop version 3 in the disco right now, okay? But yeah, appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, John Hankey, okay? No, y'all are lit. But thank you guys for being awesome. And I appreciate you all. And I hope you have a great night, okay? Love you.